Okay, Activity 8.2 Part 2 continues with the same spreadsheet you were working on in the first part of Activity 8.2. Now we're going to add some charts to the spreadsheet. But instead of just putting them down below the data like we've done before, we're actually going to move these charts to new tabs of their own. So the first thing I'm going to do is come down here to where it says Sheet 2, and I'm going to rename this sheet, and I'm going to rename it Profit Analysis. So I'm going to right click, go to Rename, and type in Profit Analysis. And then just hit enter. So I've renamed sheet 1. Now I'm going to create my charts. Now what we're going to do is create two separate charts. We're going to show one chart to show the profit, or the total profit for each of the cases, and then another chart to show the total profit for each of the screen protectors. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to highlight the cases names, and then we're going to highlight the totals profit. And the way you highlight data that's not in columns that are side by side is to go ahead and highlight what we want in the first column. So I'm highlighting A5 to A9. After I've highlighted that, I'm going to hold down the Control key on my keyboard and then come over and highlight the totals in column F, so F5 to F9. And notice how I now have two different columns highlighted. And then for this, I want to insert a chart, and the chart that it says to insert is a 2D cluster chart, I believe. Yes, 2D cluster chart. So I'm going to go up to Insert, and I'm going to look for my cluster charts, 2D cluster charts. Here you see this is and actually it's a clustered bar. You can see this is a clustered or a column chart. So I want a bar chart, which is the next one over. These are my bar charts. I'm going to click drop down. These are the 2D. So here's a 2D clustered bar chart. That's the one I'm looking for. So now that I've inserted it, what I want to do to move it to a tab of its own with the chart selected, I'm going to come up to the Design tab, which is already open as soon as I create my chart. I'm going to go to this option that says Move Chart. And it's going to ask me where I want to move it to. I'm going to move it to a new sheet, and I'm going to name that new sheet Cases Profit. Sorry, Cases Chart, not Cases Profit. So Cases Chart. Hit OK. Moves it to a new sheet all by itself, and you can see down here it's called the Cases Chart. And here's my original sheet, the Profit Analysis. And generally you're going to want that Profit Analysis to be first. So what I'm going to do is drag the Cases Chart over after, and you can see how it reversed the order. So to reverse order, once again, just click and drag on the one you want to move and drag it to the position it should be in. So that's the first chart, and I'm going to go down and do the exact same thing for my screen protectors. I'm going to highlight the names of the screen protectors in A11 through A15, then hold the Control key, highlight the totals in column F. This time we want to create a 3D clustered bar chart, so to do that I'm going to go to Insert. This time I want the bar, not sorry, yes, I want a bar. There we go. 3D clustered bar and 3D. There we go. Same thing. Click Move Chart. We're going to move it to a sheet of its own, and we're going to call this one the Screen Protector Chart. So I'm going to replace Chart 2 with Screen Protector Chart. Hit OK. I now have a third sheet in my workbook, and it, as usual, puts it as the first sheet. We don't want it first, so we're going to click and drag it after the Cases Chart. And there we go. I now have three sheets, one with all my data, one sheet with the profit from each of the cases, and then another one showing the profit from each of our screen protectors. And that is all you need to do for part 2.